With Europe, with one visa, you can go to many countries. With Canadian visa, you can go to only Canada, but in European visa, you can go to many countries, so more opportunities. The reason I choose industrial engineering is it is a management studies. With that studies, you can go to the white collar job easily, and that's where I am right now. So if you study in a proper university, like a KTU, on topmost university, you will. This is the key for you to go into some big industries like a Continental or some other thing. But after that, you have to learn, not study. So learn by experience or whatever in your field, just learn and then grow. This is what I would recommend. But if you're getting multiple degrees in some basic university which you didn't even learn properly, it's no use from my opinion. And here in Lithuania, the government supports for this type of sustainable project. If you do some sustainability project and after the project, if you continue to work on this one, you will have stipends for this one, or else you can work with some other company as well if the company likes the project. Basically, all the companies here prefer green energy because the Lithuanian government is supporting this type of project. Real experienced professors, you can't find a person who is less than 35 or someone. There are the people who is working in a company as a managers or else senior process engineers or senior qualified engineers. They will just do the part-time job as a professor. So by knowledge base, you cannot question them. They will know everything basically what you ask about the subject. And second thing is that they are really friendly. They are like colleagues. You don't need to think that they are professors. You are a student or someone. They are like a colleagues, work colleagues. Three things I would say to the young aspirants. First one is that since I have lost a lot of videos about yourself also, some of the parents will ask, is the studies is easier or not? There is no such thing called it's easier studies or hard studies. It depends on you. If you like car, yes, car is going to be easy. If you like doctor, it's going to be easy. So please don't come in the mindset that it's a hard subject or an easy subject. If it is hard for you, which means that you didn't put full effort or you didn't choose the proper ones for you. So this is the first one I would like to say.
Okay.
And second one, what I would like to say is that after coming here, please don't go back to India in 6 months because you missed the home or something. Everyone have homesick and everyone have their own life and missing things. You came here for study, and if you came here to be a successful person, achieve that and then go back. This is the second one I would say. Third one is that since you are far away from the parent country, you will have lots of opportunity to get distracted, like clubbing or party, whatever it is. Don't do such thing until you stand on your own. Even after that, I will not recommend you to do, but still, at least finish what you came here and achieve what you want, and after that, do whatever you want. This is what I would recommend.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, all of you. My name is Shivaraman, Director of Europe Study Center. As you all are aware, we are doing many interviews with all our super successful students in line with the same concept. Today, we are going to interview our student Akbar, who studied in Masters in Lithuania and currently working in Lithuania. Akbar, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
Wonderful. So, kindly introduce yourself to our audience.
Okay, so my name is Muhammad Akbar. I studied bachelor's in mechanical engineering at Kaunas University of Technology, and I studied the master's in Kaunas University of Technology, which is located in Lithuania. So it's been 4 years of journey in Lithuania. Currently, now I'm working as a supplier quality management engineer in Continental Autonomous Mobility, Lithuania.
Wonderful, wonderful. So a short introduction, but a very strong and successful introduction, you know, from a student to currently working there for these many years. First of all, congratulations to you for that. So what did you study to start your journey from the beginning? So what did you study in your bachelor's?
Okay, so bachelor's is basically about the mechanical engineering. You know what? Because with mechanicals, you can go to many automobile industry, aeronautical, whatever you can choose in master's degree. So that was my main aim to choose as a mechanical. I'm not too much good with electronics or IT or some stuff. I like cars and motorbikes, so I decided to go with mechanical engineer.
Super. Then why I ask this question is because then you made a shift, right? You know, because then there comes a point at the PG level, either you can get into mechatronics or you can get into mechanical design engineering or into industrial engineering. Any specific reason to choose industrial engineering at your PG level?
Yes, there is a reason, sir. So I would like to be open as much as I can. The reason I choose industrial engineering is it is a management studies. With that studies, we can go to the white collar job easily, and that's where I am right now. I don't like to work too much with the grease and oil. I just want to work in an office with a white collar job. So that's the main reason I choose industrial engineering and with the management. And second
Wonderful.
reason is that with this degree, you can get a job anywhere in the world because this degree have pretty much good value if you study properly and if you have proper marks.
True.
So these two are the main reasons I choose this one.
True. That is why, Akbar, when a student meets me after his mechanical or aeronautical or anything, and when he wants to study, when he says, "Sir, I don't want this, I want only a MBA," I request him or motivate him to do industrial engineering. You understand? Okay. So that we carry forward the mechanical concepts, plus we learn little bit from the management perspective also. It was a beautiful choice. For example, for you to have that level of clarity of what exactly you want to do with your life at the age of 20, 21, really good. That also is a key factor for you to be successfully, working right now. So at what moment you decided you wanted to do your master's?
So when I was doing my bachelor's, I saw that in my university and then in my friend's university, there was the companies coming and taking the students for interview, and the salaries was not good, and there was like you cannot grow more further easily. So I thought I need to do something different in order to get from this small loop. So that's how I decided to grow myself in a master's because I have talked with my friends in India who is doing bachelor's, and they said that it's basically same what they did in bachelor's. So there is not much opportunity for them in India. So I decided to do masters in abroad.
Wonderful. So basically, you wanted to explore more than exploration. I felt with your reply, you wanted to learn more, so that
Yes.
obviously you will have a better career prospects. It's very simple,
Yes.
right? Any
Yes.
young Indian professional would love to attain this only. But what happens here is, I'm also a core engineering student. Unless and until we do at least one proper degree at a proper place, that is when all the doors towards greater opportunities open, and nothing more than planning to do your master's abroad. Then comes the next question. You have a lot of options, right? Canada, US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and all these one-year degrees, PG diplomas, many things. So what made you to choose Europe?
Okay, so not everyone who is watching this interview is from high class or someone. I'm from middle class family. I have to build my own. So I don't want to depend on the bank or parents a lot. I know that in Canada or Australia, you will spend a lot. And Europe is basically a cheap country and good place to study masters. Here is Germany, is there, Italy, France, Switzerland. There are also many good countries are there. With Europe, with one visa, you can go to many countries. With Canadian visa, you can go to only Canada, but an European visa, you can go to many countries, so more opportunities. So
Yes.
cost-wise, opportunity-wise, I choose Europe. That's the reason.
Wonderful. Very smart also. And you can tell your opinion. I tell this to all my students even today. Okay. Spend less, learn more. Do you accept in that or not, Akbar?
Yes, I completely agree with this one. Spend less and
Because
learn more.
exactly. See, as you rightly said, forget about it's okay. You're middle class or your parents have a lot of savings for you. Let's put that aside. Okay. My question is whether it is required to spend so much or not is the first point. For example, you're wearing a t-shirt right now. Okay. You look at the price of the t-shirt only if you like the design and the color. Okay. When you don't like it or when you don't need it, you're not going to look at the cost itself. That is why we have to spend so much. And as you rightly pointed out, people spending 70 lakhs, 80 lakhs, 90 lakhs, selling their ancestral property and doing masters, I still could not understand. And whereas we have you here who has been smart to choose Europe, because plus when it comes to mechanical, it's a natural choice, right? For students
Yeah.
to choose Europe plus the cost factor. Then how did you find Europe Study Center?
So the main reason is my mom. I set my dream to my mom. She usually watches your interview for years. When I was studying from the ninth grade, she usually watched your videos. So
Wow.
she is the one who guided me through the Europe Study Center.
Thank you. Thank you. And thanks to your mom. And as you know, only we promote these European countries, the public universities and all these aspects. So I have to constantly take efforts to reach out to people and publish this information. I'm happy your mom, so she was watching from your 9th grade, basically.
Yes, she is still now watching because my brother is on the next line. So still now she's
Okay.
watching your videos.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So then, what all options did you apply with us when it comes to your master degree? Which all countries you applied before you got selected for Lithuania?
Okay, so my first option was Lithuania, second one was Latvia, and third one was Slovakia. And the first to go itself, I got the Lithuania, so I was happy, and then I choose the Lithuania.
Wonderful, wonderful. Plus, if it was Latvia, it would have been RTU. If it was Lithuania, it would have been KTU. And if it was Slovakia, it would have been STU or TU. Meaning to say, only the premier universities in that particular country. So now,
Yes.
I would like to talk about your life in Lithuania right now. That is, first is, how did you handle the first semester? Coming from a memory-based theoretical education to a completely practical education. So, Akbar, what all changes you had to do and what all challenges you faced in the first semester at Kaunas University of Technology in Lithuania?
Okay, the first difference what I noticed is that in the bachelor's, in India basically, if you study and if you didn't get good marks, you will have some report cards and your teachers or someone will scold you or something. Like same like the school stuff, you will do the memory and these things. But here, it's completely on you. You study, you get good marks, and you do good. If you didn't study, if you don't do anything, they don't care about this thing. At the same time, professors are more friendly, and they are the people who's not only just professor. They are working in some other big companies. Even in my company, there are some people who is working as a professors in a part time. So they have real life experiences. You will have
Okay.
more practical knowledges, and you don't need to memorize anything. You can just, if you understand it, you will do good. If you don't understand, then it's hard.
Then it's hard. So, that's how education needs to be, right, Akbar? Don't you feel
Yes.
so? The kids,
Yeah,
enjoying
completely.
studying. Exactly. Kids enjoying. As you rightly started at the beginning of the interview, you told one very important point. I love cars. I love automobile. That's why I choose mechanical. Everything starts from interest, right? How can you do something if you're not interested? For example, in my case, this is my 16th year in this particular industry. Okay. Unless and until, I love what I'm doing right now. How is this even possible to do this for even for say for 5-6 years? Just impossible, right?
Yes, I agree.
This is really, really important. So, specific learning systems that you changed anything in your learning pattern for your examinations? I mean,
Okay, so when I was in India, I usually memorize before one day, and then I will just put everything on the paper and they get the good marks on this one. But here, I don't need to memorize before one day or something. I just need to complete the task given by my professors and then listen to my classes, and that's more than enough. And before one day, 1 or 2 days, you can just go and recall it, and that's it basically. You will get good marks. But the main thing is that you have to be consistent from the beginning. You should not get distracted from for what you came here. You came here for studies to get a good job means yes, this should be your goal, not to do some other stuff.
wonderful. Audience, young audience watching this interview, this is you're hearing from a person who is currently working in the domain that he loved, and he says this: don't get distracted. Or in other words, what he's trying to say is, don't settle for small-term benefits, mid-term benefits like part-time job, this, that, and all those things. Sit and study. So you did not do any part-time as such, right? Fully studies, focused on
No,
studies.
I did this one as well. I don't want to depend on anyone, so I just did my part time as well as my studies. I didn't say the
Without
reason
affecting
that
your without
yes,
affecting
without
your studies.
affecting my studies. Yes.
Okay, we will come to this particular aspect. So tell us about the professors. How good, how friendly, and how knowledgeable they were in assisting
With
you.
knowledge wise, we cannot compare them because they are real experienced professors. You can't find a person who is less than 35 or someone. There are the people who is working in a company as a manager or a senior process engineers or senior qualified engineers. They will just do the part-time job as a professor. So for by knowledge base, we cannot question them. They will know everything basically what you ask about the subject. And second
Wonderful.
thing is that they are really friendly. They are like colleagues. You don't need to think that they are professors. You are a student or someone. They are like a colleagues, work colleagues. So you're both doing something to achieve something. It's not only that they're getting salary or something. They also motivated to teach you. So
Ex-
you don't need to think that they're professors or someone. You can just be friendly and then go and talk with them.
That's simply amazing. And Akbar, I always tell the students, if the university or the professors, they don't have any industrial connection, please don't study there. Do you agree with this or not?
Yes, I agree with this thing. I
Because
can give you one example for you. During my final thesis, I was doing the research for the creation of orthopedic shoes based on the waste materials produced in the rubber industry. So for
okay,
that, I need to have real industry to see how it works. So for
okay.
that, my professor is the one who helped me to find some industries because she have connections, and that's how I entered into the factory and then finished my project. Not only for me, many of my students, many of my friends, they approach their professors, and their professors will have connections. If the professor don't have connections, then it will be hard for you to finish the studies properly.
Which is really important. Plus, not only for the projects, that's also important. Plus, they will be really updated, right? They will not teach you all these outdated syllabus.
Yes, that's one of the true things because the professors who have connections, which means that they're working there or else they have some close relationship with that industry, maybe some project or something. So they know what is the up-to-date information. So they will teach you the updated ones, not the one which was done before 2000, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Because see, what kids do nowadays, meaning youngsters, I mean, they study mechanical engineering or any course, but they don't study latest syllabus or with this highly qualified professors. And what do they blame? End of the day, Akbar. They say
End of the day,
that studying itself is a waste. Why did I study
yeah,
this? I don't understand. And what is the problem in studying? It's like we have a very healthy seed and we plant it in Rajasthan desert and keep watering it. No use, right? You have to
yeah,
plant the right seed at the right place for you to get the benefits. And that is why,
yeah,
Akbar, with all the support of you guys, we started to do these interview sessions so that people will get all sorts of clarity. You know, what to do, what not to do, how especially not to get distracted and be focused on the task basically. So yours was a proper 2-year program, right?
yes. Mine was proper 2-year program.
Yeah. And I want you to comment on something. You can tell what you feel like. I am completely against 1-year master programs for technical courses because I personally feel we can never achieve the complete subject knowledge if it's a 1-year program. So I always suggest and only process 2-year program for the past 16 years. So what is your comment on that?
Okay, so you mentioned about the 1-year program for the you will not get the full complete knowledge. Yeah, this one I strongly agree. But addition to that, there are a lot of new issues will come and issues you will face in the 1-year program. When you don't have anyone here, it will take at least 3 to 6 months for you to adapt to this culture, and then you basically you need 6 months to figure out how you're going to survive here. And in the next 6 months, you're going to finish the university and you need to have your job, or else you need to get a D visa and then stay here. There's a lot of problems. So it's better to take 2-year course, not only for knowledge, but also to survive here, that you will know about a lot of stuff. In 1 year, you cannot achieve everything here.
It's too short, right? By the time you realize what exactly is happening, first semester is over. And then
Yes,
2, 3 more months, then Christmas, New Year, Tata, bye-bye. Over.
yes,
Done and
that's
dusted.
true.
That's why whatever it is, this 1-year UK degree or Ireland degree, strict no. People come to us, sir. I am asking you to process UK. Why are you not doing it? Boss, I cannot give you something which is not good for you. Even if you ask, which I cannot do it. So what was your final year project, basically? You did it in the university or in some company, which you
I
said right
did
now?
in my half is in university, half is in industry. So
Okay.
both combined.
Your
So
professor
my
helped for
project,
this, right? Your professor
yes.
helped you to get this. Okay, wonderful. Please explain. Yeah.
So my project is basically the creation of orthopedic footwears in the rubber waste. So orthopedic footwear is basically medical footwear,
Okay.
and there are a lot of fibers used, and this orthopedic footwear will generate a lot of waste. My project is to reduce rubber waste because you will have a lot of rubber tires. After the use of tires, the rubbers will be worn out and they will throw it in the trash. So my project is basically to reuse rubber and use it in the orthopedic footwear, and we succeeded in creating the composite, and it was published in the research paper as well, and I
Wow.
got first grade in my research project. Mine was the first one.
Amazing. Excellent. I feel it's good to reduce the resources. It's almost equal to innovation, right? You use lesser resources to achieve a product, right?
Yes, I agree with this thing. And here in Lithuania, the government supports for this type of sustainable project. If you do some
Super.
sustainability project and after the project, if you continue to work on this one, you will have stipends for this one, or else you can work with some other company as well if the company likes the project. Basically, all the companies here prefer green energy because the Lithuanian government is supporting this type of project. That's also one of the reasons I choose a sustainability project.
See, if you look at these Europeans, okay, especially during several crises, the European countries came forward and helped a lot of people from a lot of countries. And if you look at their intention towards education, they are not commercializing the education, right? As Akbar knows, I'm sure, deemed universities back home in our country charging 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs. People standing in queue. Whereas KTU still charges for bachelors, I mean, close to 3+ lakhs. So you can study in Europe at a cheaper cost compared to studying back home. But they did not choose to commercialize this education. They take limited number of students and focus on the quality. And then again, green energy, resource efficiency, great. Especially for a student who is willing to learn, I believe Europe is a beautiful place. Before we ask further about your professional life, first is people, young audience, especially watching this particular interview, tell us what is industrial engineering from a layman perspective for these young viewers to understand industrial engineering.
Okay, so industrial engineering is basically a study, I will say, how the industry will work. Industry doesn't depend on any one person. Industry is a group which consists of hundreds of people together working together so that the company functions. Industrial engineering is basically you will control all the groups. You will say to the people what to do. It's basically like a project engineering you can keep up. So the project engineer and industrial engineer decide which one should be where in the component. For example, if you're producing the key, in the key there are PCBs and electronic components, the housings, the buttons, a lot of stuff are there. So this industrial engineer and the project engineer, they both form a group and they decide which one to be which specification, including the current and how much the frequency of the key should be. So basically, they are the people who decides this one. So project engineer deals more with the technical stuff. Industrial engineering deal mostly with the management stuff.
Super. So what you're trying to say, for example, if a mechanical student, he still likes mechanical engineering, but not so keen with this, thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, solid mechanics, or engineering mechanics, he can still stick to mechanical and be successful by choosing industrial engineering. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, that's how I choose industrial engineering, and I'm working in that management field. But still, I'm in automotive industry.
Super. See, we should always take subjects which we are comfortable, which we like, and then do the best in that, which will take us to greater heights, rather than choosing a subject which you are not interested, working very hard and doing a just pass. It doesn't take us anywhere, right? How important it is to choose subjects what you like to do. Kindly talk about that also.
Okay, so if we take about me as an example, I don't
Yes.
like to deal with calculations or thermodynamics or fluids or some stuff. I prefer full theory. Yes, I do like cars. Without maths, there is no car. But unfortunately, math is not for me. So I choose theoretical subjects, which is industrial engineering. And I choose the career also the same which I like. You should know that you should not work only for the salary or some names. Work is basically 8 hours you're going to spend the whole day in 8 hours of the daytime. So you should choose what you like. It's for studies and then for the career as well. Some people will study some mechanical engineering and work in some logistic or whatever. In my opinion, please don't do this one. If you decide to work in some other department or industry, just study according to that one. Don't waste your time in studying one thing and then work in another one. This is what I am recommending to everyone who is saying.
That's 100% correct. I completely agree with you. Before your interview, she's going to get a doctorate in biotechnology shortly. That's what she also said. Why do you study 4 years of biotechnology and sit in an IT company? You're wasting half a decade close to. Then after your final year project, so you completed the degree on time, right? 2 years, pakka.
Yes. Yes, 2 years pakka.
Because I feel it's very important, right? To put it on our CV. But when you are prolonging your masters without completing it, 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years, then it doesn't send a good positive note to our recruiters. So when did you start applying for jobs, and how did you get your first job? Meaning, when did you get your first job?
First job, you meant professional or just a part-time job?
No. Professional.
Professional.
After your
So
master thesis.
I didn't. I started my job during my master. I didn't finish it, and then I started to work in a company while studying itself. So 1 year
Oh,
it took for me time to realize how everything is works in Europe and what are the opportunities there. So it took 1 year for me. So after completing 1 year here, I just started to apply for the companies. Since I have some connections with the with the professors and my marks also in the CV, and I have little bit of experience in back in India as well. So I joined as a intern for an internship in Continental Autonomous Mobility, and then I just grew as a technician, then junior engineer, then now as a senior engineer.
wonderful. So how long you have been working there now?
It's almost 3 years.
3 years. Okay, that's a lot of time. So the company that you are currently working now, right now, so what do they actually manufacture, or what do they produce?
Okay, so some people know what is Continental, but the people who know about Continental think that it's a tire company, but it's
Yeah.
not completely true. The
Okay.
Continental which I'm working is a part of tire company, but we producing the radars for the Audi, Porsche radars and sunroof control, light control. So basically all the electronics we producing. Our main
Okay.
business is basically the radars, or like autopilot for the car you can keep. Autopilot
Okay.
in Tesla, but we producing for BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, and this one.
Excellent. Very, very interesting. So your current designation is a senior engineer right now.
Senior quality engineer, yeah.
Senior quality engineer. So typically,
Yes.
what are your roles and responsibilities at your organization for your current designation?
Okay, there are two type of quality. One quality will deal with the technical stuff, like you need to go and analyze the components and fix the problem. And second quality is basically what I'm doing, managing the quality of the component you can keep. So my job is to make sure that I'm producing the good part and giving to my customer the good ones. If the customer has some issues with their part, and I'm the one who is collaborating with the test engineering or else R&D or else WRC, whoever is involved, I'm basically collaborating and managing the that stuff. I'm managing to fix the problems you can keep.
Super. So also kindly talk us about the work-life balance.
Here in Europe, work-life balance is really must. Here, even the companies will not ask you to work extra for free or something. If you want,
Super.
you can work overtime, but still, you have a limit of 12 hours to work overtime. No one can able to force you to do overtime after 5. After 5, you can just close the laptop and then go home. Nobody can stop you.
Okay. It's very good, right? Work alone is not everything. We need to balance all aspects, take care of home, family, etc., etc. Wonderful.
And
So,
flexibility also here you can see.
hmm,
So flexibility is basically you can come at any time you want, count in 9 hours, and go whenever you want according to how you're saying.
okay. But when you have meetings, you will plan accordingly, right? Group meetings.
Yes. Yes.
So, Akbar, an young aspirant watching this interview, if at all, let's assume he is planning for masters in Europe, not Lithuania, I mean any country. So, in what sort of mindset he should come to Europe? What all he should be mentally prepared? The do's and don'ts, basically, as a
Okay.
successful employee right now in Europe. Yeah.
So three things I would say to the young aspirants. First one is that since I have lost a lot of videos about yourself also, some of the parents will ask, is the studies is easier or not? There is no such thing called it's easier studies or hard studies. It depends on you. If you like car, yes, car is going to be easy. If you like doctor, it's going to be easy. So please don't come in the mindset that it's a hard subject or an easy subject. If it is hard for you, which means that you didn't put full effort or you didn't choose the proper ones for you. So this is the first one I would like to say.
Okay.
And second one, what I would like to say is that after coming here, please don't go back to India in 6 months because you missed the home or something. Everyone have homesick and everyone have their own life and missing things. You came here for study, and if you came here for to be a successful person, achieve that and then go back. This is the
True.
second one I will say. Third one is that since you are far away from the parent country, you will have lots of opportunity to get distracted, like clubbing or party, whatever it is.
True.
Don't do such thing until you stand on your own. Even after that, I will not recommend you to do, but still, at least finish what you came here and achieve what you want, and after that, do whatever you want. This is what I would recommend.
Exactly. See, as you rightly said, distractions, whether they are here or there, it's so easy to get distracted and move off track, but to stay focused. And I liked what you said. Or in other words, I'd put your third point. Until you are using your parents' money, okay, stick to the fundamentals. Once you start learning, once you start earning, okay, then, you see what you can do, the do's and don'ts, you can frame it as per your vision will. But once the individual starts to earn, he understands what's life and what's the value of money, correct? And when he's using his parents' money, it's so easy to just spend without earning. So, any future plans of further you want to get into research or move to other countries, etc., or as of now, you're happy with what you're doing right now and you're open for your future challenges. That's how it is.
Okay. For now, I'm happy with what I'm doing for sure. Yes, but
Super.
I would like to grow still in the management. Since I am more interested in management and my company also, there are a lot of growth opportunities, and we have still more industries like Hella, Hollister, like that. I would like to grow further in management.
Management. Wonderful. So it's like learning, or you will also want to study a little bit more?
First, learning, I would like to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's always, I don't you think one proper degree at a top public university is enough, whether we do it at the UG level or PG level, and from there we keep working and we constantly keep reading and learning through our external sources as well as the work life? Don't you feel so, Akbar?
Okay, from my experience, what I will say, yes, if you study in a proper university, like a KTU on topmost university, you will, this is the key for you to go into some big industries like a Continental or some other thing. But after that, you have to learn, not study. So learn by experience or whatever in your field, just learn and then grow. This is what I would recommend. But if you're getting multiple degrees in some basic university which you didn't even learn properly, it's no use, from my opinion. Nobody cares about this one.
Yeah, we see interviews, right, in television. Oh, I did 30 interviews. I finished 20 degrees, 30 degrees. For what? What is the joy? Why we need to do all those things? It's just not required. And Akbar, you told one very important point, and that is the basic framework of Europe Study Center. Send students only to Schengen countries. Okay. In that Schengen country, send students to the number 1, number 2 public university in that particular country. Done and dusted. In Lithuania, I don't want to say the names. There are several chota mota universities, right, which the students go. And what do, Akbar? End of the day, they blame Lithuania, not the university.
They blame
The
Lithuania.
bad name comes to Lithuania. What is wrong with Lithuania? You understand? You go study in that country's premier university. This alone, I have been following for the past 16 plus years. Send the kids to the top public universities. That's how it is. So, your mom, from the stage of watching all these Europe Study Center interviews to the stage where you are currently very successful and you are completely on your own, how happy your parents are right now?
They can't imagine how much happy they are because they chooses this. They gave me this opportunity to come through the University Center. Now I can do whatever I want, basically. That I can travel if I want somewhere, and my job is also flexible. I don't need to depend on anyone. If I need a holiday, I can take holiday. If I want to work overtime, I can take work overtime. If I want to buy something, I can buy. So basically, I'm really happy here, and I'm just fulfilled in my life here.
Thank you, man. I could see from your face, the joy of doing what you want to do. As you rightly said, tomorrow you want to travel, you can. Or you don't want to work today, you can. You want to do overtime, you can. That flexibility should be there, right? That's all life. This is what I tell people, believe in lack of skills, do not believe in lack of jobs. What do I tell in the interviews? This is what we say. And, life is once. if your family situation permits, don't hesitate a single second. Pack your bags and explore the world. And when you have these European countries where you can study half the cost of studying in a Chennai deemed university, I don't think there is nothing much to think or hesitate, in doing this. Wonderful.
Yes, I agree with this one.
I would like to thank Akbar on behalf of Europe Study Center staff members and the viewers. And by the way, he is taking time out from his work time and doing this interview. And as I've been, third time I'm telling this, these interviews that I constantly keep doing, not to glorify Europe Study Center. Okay, this is to give clarity to the youngsters. Akbar, you know what nowadays students do? Meaning not everybody, some of them. You know what they do when they are really confused? They do the worst thing. Any guesses?
Come back to India.
No. I mean to say the decision-making process. When they are confused as to what to do, they simply don't do anything. They are just at the same point, which is even more bad.
Actually, yes, I would like to say this point here. When they don't do, when they don't know what to do, I know some of the students who will go back to India back just. It's literally waste of time and money for you and for your parents as well.
Yes.
So if you decide to come here, just come finished and then go. Don't just go in half of the time. It's waste. And second one, if you don't get a job or something, and if you don't know how to do this thing, don't settle for some part-time jobs like food delivery or something. You will never grow out of this one. You need to go and explore outside. If you don't know, just ask the people who is already there. So this is what I will say in this one.
Wonderful and really nice. Even I got to learn several things from you. It was amazing. Any last few words you would like to say before we sum up this beautiful interview?
I will just say a few things. First one is that when you go through this much process, because coming to Europe is basically like 1 year process. When you do this much hard work, when you're spending this much money, and after coming here, if you couldn't able to focus on studies, just try to figure out what will make you to be focused on studies, and try to achieve for what you came, and come in a clear mindset. Don't just think like my parents said this one to study or my relative said something to study. Do what you like to do. If you like cars, just study about cars. If you don't like, just don't study this one and waste everyone's time. Don't do this thing. And second one is that just don't blame on other people. Like here, people, I know that many of my students, my friends, just blame on the company, language, and country and this thing. If you have skill and if you try really hard, yes, you will get into industry for sure. So just don't blame on the system and don't blame on others. And third one is that just be ready to explore everything. So don't settle for something less. If I stay as an intern for 3 years, I cannot come into this position. So same for everyone. Just don't settle for less. Try again until you succeed and until you are happy.
Super. All the 3 points you said, I agree like 100%. But in between you said one point that I agree 1000%. That is blaming others. Since just because they were not able to be successful, they will blame the country, university, Europe Study Center, Shivaraman, my counselors, officers, branches, and everything. I can at least accept young guys doing this. Parents also join in doing this. I don't even give any value or my time into listening to all these stories. I said, your life, your destiny, you keep complaining, nobody even cares. And one question I forgot to ask you, which I would like to ask before we sum up, the approximate tuition fees that you paid to KTU per year, plus approximate living expenses per month, not when you're working, when you were studying, just approximately tuition fees and your living expenses.
Okay, so when I was studying at university, I will say for the first year how much I spent. Basically around 3 lakh per year I spent for the university fees, and monthly I spent around 15 to 20,000 rupees per month. My dorm fees will be 10,000. My expenses will be 10,000 basically. So that's how I think.
It's when we have such opportunities to study in top public universities and spend less and learn more at the age of 21, 22, meaning when you, at the age that is the age which you went to Lithuania. So it's all the more to learn, explore, and grow from there. Wonderful, man. Thank you so much. And everything started from your decision-making process that I don't think bachelor's is enough, master's is required. This clarity many do not have. That is when,
yes,
and people also think Akbar, people also think, right? Oh, no, abroad studies, oh, it's a lot of money. They will tell in these interviews free education and they will say low cost education. But when we go there, they will ask us to charge lakhs and lakhs. Because with a
I
lot
can
of
say one
scams.
thing actually. Yeah, so that there is nothing in the world called free. If someone is giving you something for free, you are going to get scammed in the end. So you should not think that you are spending 10 lakh or something. It's basically 10,000 euros. If you get a proper job, it is 10,000 euros is like your 5 months salary or 4 months salary. So don't think that you're spending too much or something. It's investment on you. You're investing on yourself. If you believe in yourself, just invest on you.
Yeah, when we say you can have free education in universities and very affordable living expenses, people, few of them, they don't believe, sir, why should they give free education? In my own university for bachelors, I'm paying 6 lakhs, but you're telling masters 3 lakhs. It's too good to believe. Then they look at the university's website and all these things, and they take a final call. And when they ask me, sir, why are they giving free education? I say, boss, for them, education is not a mode of making money for them. They look at education very differently, which will benefit the students. Wonderful.
And people thinking free education is everyone can get free education. It's not like that. Free education means you are giving something from your side, like you are studying good, or maybe you have something so that the university is giving free education.
Free
So please
education.
keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, giving you an opportunity, because
Yes.
we started this organization 15-16 years back, where anybody who is interested to study with little financials, they can go abroad. Because before us, only the super rich can go abroad, who can spend 70 lakhs, 80 lakhs. We broke that barrier, and now to look at young professionals like you, and we were a small part in that particular role, I'm really happy. And it
Actually,
motivates.
I should say that without Europe Study Center, I could not have come to the Europe, because I don't know what is the process and procedure. And your staff helped me, especially the Sangeeta ma'am and Lakshmi ma'am. They helped me a lot in this process.
Yes, they are still there, and they are taking care of the Trichy branch, and our staff members remains the same. And more than anything, we also get really happy and excited looking at all your progress. And this is my 16th year, and these interviews that I'm doing right now, I guess it motivates me also for the next 16 years. That's how it is. Thank you so much, Akbar. It was great talking to you. Best wishes to you, your family members, and also special regards to your mom, who is constantly watching our interviews. Thanks to her also.
Thank you so much for giving this opportunity, and for the young colleagues who is watching these videos. Best of luck for you.
Thank you, Akbar. Now I guess
Thank you.
you can continue with your work. You are at your work, office works, and thanks for allotting this time also to us. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you.